da da. Axle loop, I did not want to ignore here. So. Okay, come on. Hold on, no. Come on, where's the... And there it appears on my screen. Is that everything? Okay. Yellow. Uh, okay, how's that? Okay, I can see that now. And microphones rigging up and whatnot. Okay. That should be about everything. Oops. Okay, yeah. Right. I forgot. Where is it? Where did I put it? Where is it? Yes, you did, Sean. Yes, you did. I'm currently looking for my background music, just to see things. Yeah, I hate mornings. Well, no, I don't hate mornings. I love mornings. I've always been a morning person. It's the going to school bit that kicks my ass. Ah, there it is. Back down. How's that? Should that work? Should that be fine? Yeah, DJ Clyde. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Actually, you know what? DJ Quad. Good volume, good. And I just wrote a sticky note with DJ Quads. I'll keep it up after the stream. Fantastic. Okay. Now. Okay, wonderful. I believe I've got everything up and running, so fantastic. Problem is, I'm working on Streamlabs, and with OBS, I had a YouTube pop up to see my channel or real-time chat. Haven't quite found out where that is in Streamlabs yet. So I'll have to be See, I've got my chat and whatnot all here on my drawing tablet right in front of me, so it's a good how do you do for it. But I haven't found where the YouTube pop-up for Streamlabs would be. I'm sure there is one. I mean, it's off OBS, and OBS gave me one, so I suppose I'll find it later. Actually, you know what? Thanks. Yeah, that was a good idea too. Above the drawing panel is the drawing screen is the YouTube chat, and over on to the left of the screen you'll see the Discord chat. Now, hang on one minute. Chat. Just trying to find a clear way to see chat as it pops up because, well, my desktop's all the way over here and I'm way back over here. So let's just... Nope, I don't see it. Well, crap. I will simply do this. Okay, yeah. I just opened the YouTube window on my tablet, so I can see things now. Okay, now it's time to get going. Alright, sharpen. Got a notification with the live stream good, so alright, now I am continuing my Reddit banger. And yeah, not quite sure what to possibly do with it. Yeah, I live by myself. Just myself. I'm actually next door to my parents, but I rent a house. Most convenient story. The neighbor of my parents married our cousin, and so she is now renting the house to me, because for my own convenience. Honestly, I had lived out of town for a couple years now, but I actually, the year I moved out, COVID happened. So, no. I moved out for 1 year, and then COVID happened that next year. And so, then it was one of those cheap housing projects that was like a full hotel. So while everyone around me was, because we only locked down in about a month or so here in North Missouri. Yeah, the restrictions are what was going on, but we just ignored it. Everything went down for a month. So everyone is around me, but the housing operation was it was stricter rules or whatnot. So while everyone was doing everything, I didn't have to wear a mask for anything, anywhere, except in the hallway of my own apartment building. Okay, what do I get? Well, I have assisted income or whatnot, or it's due to the joys of being on the spectrum or whatnot. I have assisted income. I tried working. I did last year. I worked at FedEx from the November before last up to last July, and well, it all went fine and well, but come July, a little thing called emotional depression happened, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I'm sort of just living off SSI, going through a depressive state, and then now I'm trying to build this up to get going again. I guess this is what I do. I guess so. You can say it. Yeah, well, glad I know I'm in good hands, I guess. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm on the full business or whatnot. During the summers, I will mow yards or whatnot. I'll mow my parents work at a grain elevator, and I will mow that yard plus their yard in my dad's shop. And that's what I'll do during the summer or whatnot. But other than that, I don't really have anything else to do but this or whatnot. Social Security checks. And I don't know. I tried. FedEx was a good place for me, but I don't know. It just you gotta get. I tried it for 8 months or whatnot, but it was a horrible time there at the end. I just emotionally depressed, and it was not a good spot. So I actually have a video saying like 2023 has to be better, and yeah, that's what happened. So I'm working on 2023 being better, and I mean, so far I'm at 127 subscribers, and that's a hell of a lot more than what I've had starting this year, so I'm just chugging along, hopefully, or with any luck I could break 1,000 by the end of the year, and I can really start getting, making a living off this. So what am I doing? Sounds like a sweet gig. Yeah, I have a touchy feeling with my, situation. Oddly enough, I'm at the, of course, the beginning. I'm the first generation when this whole spectrum and Down syndrome mess, started taking itself in the, on the grind and whatnot. I am the first generation of that. So everyone was trying to figure things out, but my parents actually raised me like any other kid. I was mostly like every other kid, but then by the time I turned 13 or so, my mom noticed I wasn't thinking of things like normal 13-year-olds to be thinking of, like dates or whatnot or stuff. I wasn't really thinking of that, and that sort of thing. I was thinking of other things, and then she had me tested or whatnot, and around junior high I was diagnosed with Asperger's. So I am extremely highly functioning. You probably can only really tell me with my talking and my lisp going on. But actually, I spend a lot of time with those people less functioning than me, and as bad as it sounds, I've really grown to resent being there because well, you know how it is. You see a group of people, you don't see the individual, you see the group. And I'm me, of course. I don't want to be on a group in the city with a if someone in the city sees me with a group of others, they will see the Down syndrome person next to me, but they won't see me. That's my thinking. So it's just, I appreciate that they're getting help and whatnot, but I really resent being a part of that sort of group. Yeah, I was a physical person, or they really got it. I was probably spanked a hell of a lot more than most kids were, but it finally got to me. I finally figured things out. I'm very self-aware of my surroundings or whatnot. Although the last few years of high school were really a pain because well, somehow you eventually grow out and wise up, right? Every single, at least by high school, the really bad kids or what, unless the bad kids, by high school you have figured it out and done it wrong at the principal's or school's way or whatnot. But I was sent to the office at least once every single year of my high school career. Even my senior year or whatnot, no matter how hard I avoided it. Yeah, but like, as I was saying, even my senior year, no matter how hard I tried to avoid it and go whatnot, there was always a single day where I just completely lost it and picked fight with the teachers and whatnot, or got into fights or whatnot, and they just threw me in school suspension, just because, quite frankly, they didn't quite know what to do with me or whatnot. So I was punished a lot just because the school. Well, it was the Obama years, obviously. They didn't know what to do with us, so they just put us aside and moved us on. So that's how I did. But yeah, I always hated being just seen as the other person. Yeah, I'm actually sweaty because I routinely work out every day. I'm working hard on it. I started in the middle of January. Just believe it or not, I started running at 17 degrees like freezing or what in the winter. Because I wanted to start running it. I've been working out for about a month or so. I wanted to start running it, and it's... That does feel good to hear a success story. Hopefully I can be an even bigger success. Yeah, and believe me, my life's not the most perfect. My family's not the most perfect. Most of my anxiety problems are hereditary and actual I won't go into it, but basically my grandma, she's from the 40s. She clearly has something wrong with her, but of course, it's the 40s. No one gave a shit back then. She grew... Discord call. Yeah. That all gonna sound good. Yeah, so my grandma's in the 40s. She's clearly diagnosed with something. Well, by the time it comes to me, she's already in her 50s or whatnot, probably. And so there's nothing like that. So she's always been alone, self-contained or whatnot. Somehow she comes up with my grandpa. Anyway, so they get married in these 40s and have their first kids. Well, she's undiagnosed. She's a self-singer or whatnot, closed off. She actually throws away she doesn't get along at all with her other family. And her first kid's a miscarriage. So actually that screws her up. And well, then she has 4 kids. My dad's the second of those 4. And my dad desperately wants to please her. And then, well, actually anger issues or whatnot. And then, of course, he comes to me. And so, to put it lightly, I've had a big of a screwed up issue. But I'm not keeping it off of YouTube for the most part. But yeah, so I have you can kind of explain my inferiority complex. But regardless, let's just get to drawing. So, I believe, I am drawing a line under here that will not be seen, but it's just for the a plane to everyone to be stuck on. This guy, yes, this guy. His name is Arthur Slacker. But he goes by Slacker. He was created to be my Garfield character. I love Garfield. And I created this guy in the 10th grade science class, afternoon, second to last period, 10th grade science class. I got the idea. Jim Davis is a cartoonist. He can draw. I can draw. I have his dry sense of humor. And so I was just doodling and science. No, actually, no, it goes by the football coach naming him. It just goes by his last name. He's actually called Arthur Christian Slacker the Fifth, and it's a whole story. So, and yes, I named him after A.C. Slater from Saved by the Bell. He goes by A.C. Slacker, and it just... So, that's my sort of naming function. Well, maybe some other characters can... I like throwing a casual nickname for specific characters, but... So, so yeah, I'll just do this. This guy is named Russell Curtis, and yes, I threw around Kurt Russell, and he has the lamest name because I created Slacker first, and then I just call him Hatter. I call him Midas Arsenio Hatter, and his name is a pun. Mad as a Hatter. And so, I'm not really good with names, so I go with puns and whatnot. Sort of like the cum. Yeah, so, yeah, I could come up with the characters to call them that. They just sort of stick with the way a football coach talks about their players. Yeah, Magus the Hatter. Magus. He's got a single mother, and he's the group's. He is the basically all of Hatter's friends, Slacker included. They have to contain a Hatter as best he could because he's the wild card of the group. He's the wild card, and he thinks I don't know, it's just easier. Last name's on the back of the jersey, and so they just call him Larson because there's a Larson at 90 on the back of his jersey, so it's just easier to call him that. And so, yeah, I come from a big football school or whatnot, and so we just, all the athletes or what, we just got used to, if you're an athlete, you start being called by your last name. Slacker. Yeah, well, we don't really see it as impersonal. We see it as a badge of honor because, more or less, you're a part of a team, and of course, it's a big game. You don't call you can't really come up with your names or whatnot. So, how many guys on a football team has the same name of Luke or Carl or whatnot? But there's not very Luke Combs or a Carl Winslow or stuff like that. So it's just Combs, Winslow on the field now. We don't really think much of it. It's just get out there and do your job, and I see it sort of as a badge of honor. Like, yes, I am part of this group, and I am actually real in the big leagues now. But anyway, I'm a Slacker. Slacker, Russell, and a Hatter. They're the big trio of the series. Slacker's the main character, but you know how main characters are. He gets bounced off of. I feel bad because I like him, the main character, but Russell and Hatter have the most interesting stories, or so on. Slacker's the Garfield. I based him off of Garfield, that dry scent of wig and what stuff, so I can't really give him much of a personality. I have to give all these two more of the personalities. But, of course, with their personalities, they get the more interesting backstories, and Slacker is just... he's the common sense guy, straight man. Sort of hard when your main character is the straight man. He's the title character, but it's just... I feel bad. I'm doing something wrong. But, as I was saying, Slacker, his quirk is his arm. He's actually goes all state in pitching and quarterbacking. And no, I'm not gonna worry about being a Mary Sue because honestly, I'm tired of superheroes being, or the main characters being nerds or whatnot. Good enough, but not great, or at the worst part, not on the team at all. For all I care, Slacker's just a normal jock. We can have jocks as our main characters, I guess. I'm really getting sick of all that stuff. So, Slacker, he's got his arm. He all state in pitching and quarterbacking, and he's actually a boxer. He does boxing, so his strengths are his arms. Russell, his legs. He's, of course, a track team, all sprinter, perfect, and not sure about the high jump, maybe the high jump, but he's mostly speed and sprinting and legs. And he actually does karate, or whatever you do with mostly kicking. And he is actually the football team's kicker. Small town, he's football team, so he covers both the kicking and punting. It's a whole thing. And Hatter, he's sort of the jack of all. He's certainly athletic, but he's not a good pitcher, and he's not much of a runner. But he has gone to stay in wide receiving. But actually, Hatter, he is just the... he can't walk and chew gum at the same time. But he is a big, klutzy, lumbering, wacky, inflatable tube man of a person. He thinks he's a ladies' man, but girls will literally scream at him, just at him saying hi at him. Yeah, I guess you could say that, yeah. Slacker's more of a country boy by definition. Actually, his motivation in life is Arthur Christian Slacker V. Arthur Christian Slackers 1 through 4 are... they're basically business moguls or whatnot. Sort of. His great-grandfather, number 1, he sort of lucked into being a business guy through the Depression or what so often. And he just sort of built a finance company through all that. It's general business. I haven't quite figured out what that means yet, but they're just more or less rich or so. But actually, his family keeps the town running, or they own the stores and grocery stores and everything. But they're not high up on their end or stuff like that. They are basically the backbone of the town, and so they all. Slackers 1 through 4, they've all got their sort of riches all throughout their lives, and that's sort of what Slacker's main goal. What makes him interesting is he just wants to be the family business, go on and become normal and go where his life, family tradition goes to. However, he becomes a superhero. And unfortunately for him, it's against his will. Because Hatter will start the superhero business, and he will actually drag these two in with him through various reasons. But Slacker goes for him. I have my life set. But everything around just brings me in, and he's a reluctant superhero backup sort of thing. But he did always have ambitions for trying to go for... yeah, that's generally the idea, yeah. He's got a very set goal in life, or drive to be goal in life. He's very traditional oriented. He actually draws that from me, or I'm very traditional oriented. He's got a family tradition and stuff like that. But of course, X the 2000s, of course, X our generation, we want so desperately to follow behind our parents and become normal and stuff like all that fun stuff, or the general definition of normal, married, kids, nice job, and sort of respecting reality. That's how I see things. But of course, life just brings it in, and it's boom. And that's how Slacker runs in. Hager's just a massive goofball klutz. In fact, he's the general of their friendship is Slacker ending up with Hager because he's just the controlled chaos, and somehow Slacker just moves on with Igor. They just end up together as friends. And Russell's an interesting one. To put simply, Russell's the... Okay. Best way... So, Russell is from a noble family. High-end rich family. But, their snooginess... He's the third child. He's the third child of a high-end rich family. So, his older brother, the oldest child, they've got the business, family money to fall back on. He's already gone and taken for. And his older sister, well, of course, there's the legacy married off of. Russell was actually an accident because, for like convoluted bullshit, Russell's parents, of course, noble assholes that keep things up for appearance. They were actually cheating on each other because they can't get divorced or whatnot because of upwards of appearance for societal appearance. So they're yelling at each other. One a drunk night here and there, Russell appears, and his parents hate him because of it. They resent him fully, or all because of a sheer accident from their own awfulness. And so Russell, he acts like a complete jackass and a snootiest high off. I'm the greatest motherfucker you're ever going to be, and don't talk to me, plebs. But he does that just to humiliate his parents and his family, because his family treats him like garbage. And his real parents, yeah, you know, yeah, I am totally thought of writing this up as a comic book. This is why I'm drawing this. I plan. See, my ultimate goal was to become a comic book creator. But, of course, can't have a comic book creator without an audience to buy it, so, of course, I built up YouTube. And then, that was the general idea. And, so, I want to build comics, because, of course, YouTube's not going to be forever. I want an actual legacy. YouTube's very own nature is not going to be forever, just with how things go. YouTube's probably going to end up being a utility or something, but I want actual something tangible, filling things to be falling back on my legacy. This is my legacy. This is my thing. This is what I'm known for. And so, yeah, I want to have something tangible, something, I did this. I made this comic book, and it works, and it happened, and I did it. And literally, so the ultimate goal is to, of course, build an audience, get YouTube, or get the comic book written, and all this fine and dandy, and then publish it, and then when it's published, yeah, that's the general idea of grow YouTube to build comics. And again, once I have the comic published, I'm not going to do what they did, or Ethan did, and all that. I am actually going to go from convention to convention in local areas, because, yeah, the internet, it can get your name out, but you can only get your name out so far. You have to know to look for Video Geek or whatnot. I am going to conventions. I don't want to be guest. I'm not going to play, look at me, invite me. No, I am going to pay for a table, pay for a ticket to the convention, set up a table, and I am just going to sit there and sell to any random person who might be interested. That's how I see things. Because as much as I've bemoaned about him, Ethan's experience has taught me one thing: what not to do and what not to get in your own ego or stuff. I am going. Yeah, we actually, this last weekend was actually the Kansas City Comic Con convention, and that's basically my local convention. And yeah, I really enjoy going to that place. I'm a country boy at heart, or a small town person at heart. I don't really like cities or stuff, but I always feel like home in Kansas City. It's just always been things like that. So, but yeah, I love to go back to comic conventions. But of course, as you, with your job, you work with like people with Down syndrome and autism. Well, they of course don't have any friends or any people who really bother to be with them at all or care about them. And that's where my depression comes from. I have unfortunately fallen into that trap. Aside from you or anyone online, all I've got, my mother. And I can't call her. Yeah. Yeah, he did do that, but of course, yeah, Ethan served his purpose, but of course, I want more than life. He served his purpose. He claimed to do one thing, but ended up wanting to be lazy and fall back on that sort of stuff. And now I'm getting into it, and I don't want to get into that. That's just a massive headache, and I'm trying to focus on something else. Yeah, I have trouble letting things go. That's my real hang-up. It's just not fun to be with. I love being passionate about my stuff, but of course the hard knock life will, the harder stuff sticks with you more. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about, I know the Ice Cube song you're talking about. Yeah. There are certainly songs I'd like to use as an intro, but of course, I'm just playing it safe with the, free to use music. It's just so much easier to work with. I have enough troubles on myself. Yeah, that's right. Come on. Now let's see. What exactly do I want to do with this? Yeah, this song, as you go back on my earlier videos, this song usually ends up being my theme song you could think of. It's called Good For You. The general idea I have for this banner is it's going to be boredom, or start just hanging out, chilling. Slacker's got a red solo cup in his hand, just popping things off, or just hanging out, and everyone else, I believe, is going to be just bored and lounging and vegging out. And the general idea is, I have no idea what I want everyone to do, or who will even be able to fit in here. And so it's a bit tricky to work on. Funny story. You know those Andy Cap hot fries or cheddar fries? That's where I got his design from. On the back of the cheddar fries or hot fries, you saw Andy Cap lying on a sofa, looking straight into the camera, and the ball cap over his eyes. That's where I got his design, because I have never imagined Slacker with his eyes, or his full face, or even a Hatter with his full face. Because it's just, at the time, I sucked at drawing eyes. I still do suck at drawing eyes. I'm working on it, but it's not my strongest point, so... But when I thought, what do I want for my Garfield character to look for? All I could think of yeah, that's the general idea. He's just the he's the kind of guy the pond muggy pond on your back 40, lawn chair, beer in hand, just lounging down, just staring out into the sparkles on the water, not really doing much on a Friday in the summer. That's sort of a slacker's laid backness. He's a, oh sure, he could totally afford to go to the Bahamas any weekend he likes, but it's of course these simple things. That's sort of their family. They can afford stuff, but it's just they're really country people at heart. Now, believe it or not, all three of these know their way around a field and tractor like no business. And a bit of an interesting thing, I'm sure you can see her right there. Yeah, I know fully what the problems are going to be with her. And you can probably guess him, but I'm trying my best to make it as different as possible. But regardless. Anyway, the funny thing about it, him and her, they hate each other. Like, really hate each other. See, but he is friends with him, but he is of course the girlfriend, and they physically beat the crap out of each other. One story I have, and the first thing this is, they are literally throwing pro wrestling moves on each other and trying to hurt each other. And it's just the funniest thing of beating the crap out of each other. And he is so much taller than her, and she is so much shorter than him. But it's just so feisty seeing him throw her around, her jump and grab onto him, trying to pull him back with an RKO out of nowhere. Absolutely, yeah. See, she goes with... I tried to mix her with a Ty Lee problem, or, and Maria from Bakugo, the feistiness, but she, like, has a personality, cute airheader. Her personality, or she's just trying to be the cutie thing. And so their first interaction is she's just being bored, trying to play all cute, and she just comes up to Slacker, plays close up to him, and just pokes his cheek, and just continues to poke him. And then Slacker just BAM! And then of course the fireworks start. Because, of course, the gimmick is she gets the cute, funny spit and gets away with it because, of course, she's the cute flower child. And she is a cute flower child. She's wonderful to be around of. But Slacker doesn't put up with any of it. And that pisses her off. And so she gets harder. And then that just pisses him off. And then one funny joke is like, they're on the beach. She somehow finds a bucket of ice water, and it's just... Slacker's just there. She throws the bucket of ice water on him, and runs off giggling. And so, she runs off panel, and then Slacker just casually gets up, walks off panel, comes back on, and sure, and the Fiona and Shrek pose, she's just playing around, casually walks off panel, splash off panel, and then he goes back to his business. That's just their relationship. Other manga will put up with shit like that. Slacker doesn't put up with that shit. I will be right back and get fill up with water. Now the waterworks have come. Sure, I guess you can link it up. I can check it out off stream. Okay, now, put my pencil up. There it is. Now, Yeah. Yes. The thing about the way I view YouTube is as enjoyable as it is, I try to view YouTube as simply a tool. The real goal is, of course, paper publishing or what, and just comic book. In fact, very interesting story. I do have a publishing company to work from. It's actually a family company. My family company. In fact, it's called Walsworth Publishing Company. And I don't know, there might be a chance my family's publishing company or Walsworth made your yearbook, one of your yearbooks. Yeah. In fact, it's Walsworth Publishing publishes things all over the world, and actually, my dad was working in the printer room one night, and the girl from Flashdance walks in, and because she was why are they so dang expensive? I don't know, it's just paper prices, thickness of the papers, the number of pages in it, plus, of course, a yearbook you want a nice binding with gold inlay and all that crap on it, your name written on it and stuff, maybe a little frilly thing to a page marker or something. I mean, yeah, it's bullshit and it's nice, but it's just as simple as expensive. There's no real other way to put it. But yeah, like, so my dad was working on in the printing room one day, and the lady from Flashdance comes in. She had apparently written a book, and it was printed through Walsworth. Yeah, but do you want to scribble and grew and ruin the... Yeah. It's actually... Okay, my grandma, my mom's mom, she is a Walsworth. So, Don Walsworth, Big Don, is actually Don the Third. He is Grandma's brother. So, oddly enough, yeah, I realize as I come from this, there are 5 Dons too, and so of course, 5 slackers. I think I intentionally did that, but neither here nor there. Anyway, Grandma and Don are brother and sister. Grandma meets Grandpa, a farmer. Big Don, he's of course the elite social grouper. He's been rich his whole life, and he actually gets mad at Grandma because she chooses to sell her stock and the company and be with Grandpa in a simple life. And so we're friendly with each other, but I actually don't really know having hardly met any of my cousins, but luckily, my Aunt Audrey, we're friendly with my Aunt Audrey, Don's wife, and so I've gotten in for publishing. So there's that whole business. It's just getting the money to publish. But yeah, so it's, believe it or not, I'm actually a blue blood, true blue blood, socially American. Believe it or not. So I have an extremely purebred, rich heritage myself. Even though I live in the country and all that, I've traced all my grandma's family back to the Mayflower of all things. We went through the Revolution, Civil War. I'm related. I traced my back to an Irish king line. I'm extremely blue blood, surprisingly. Yeah, heck start. Do you have any idea how exhausting it is to kill yourself for 30 minutes every morning and then try to do something? Okay, I believe I will do... average stream viewers, average stream viewer for my channel size. That sounds absolutely wonderful, actually. I'm doing something right, I guess. So, hopefully I will. Hopefully I will keep it up and make things okay, so he is a third, 3/4 of a circle, and so the girl I want will be just smaller. suppose I do something like this. This is actually my channeling screen, so damn it, the problem with this is I don't know. No. She will not have her head touching the back. Okay. Right. Okay. So it goes. Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum bum ba-da bum 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 ba-dum bum bum ba-da bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum. Yeah, see you next time. To be perfectly honest, I thought you already left. But, yeah, I will see you next time. Just keep chugging along. Hopefully I can get her right. I am working on this girl right there. And hopefully I can get this right and going on. So... Okay, Ernie will not be shown up top here, but it's best to just draw it and just so I have a references for where it is, because even though it's not being shown, you know it's there, and so do I. I used the wrong circle. I want to get 1132, not 1332. So that's a more reasonable size. king, so I believe. Nope. That's not quite right. I'll come back. There we go. Cars would go. There. Okay, and so it goes. Okay. Forgive me, ladies. Okay. And oh, that's about right. Okay, so about okay, so that's all I've really got to say for today. I believe that this is good and whatnot, so hopefully we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you so much for getting this far. I appreciate it so much, and I'm trying to time it. I will see you next time.